Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to Body Rocking Combos. I'm Javier Morales. I want to talk a little bit of boxing. I want to talk about how people are hating on Canelo and making up lies about the WBC, or I guess they're just hating that the WBC threw the belt in the mix with this fight coming up on the 19th with Smith. Anyway, not his fault. Whatever they want to do, they're gonna do. Um, the WBC accommodates a lot for Canelo. I mean, being the face of boxing, just like they did for Floyd, just like they did for De La Hoya, and so on. I'm sure you could find a lot of situations where these sanctioning bodies kind of bow down to, or not bow down, but accommodate the star. You know, um, even if they're not stars, just a popular, somewhat popular champion, uh, they 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 help out. You know, they get it done. Anyway, so Benavidez loses his belt on scales versus Angulo, and then he he gets stripped. His mandatory eardrum was gonna fight for a vacant title versus whoever, right? Um, so they offered to Canelo. Canelo was doing that whole court thing or mediation with trying to work out their contracts between him, De La Hoya, and De La Hoya and DAZN. And well, that got scratched, right? They're like, oh, you know what? Void, go do your thing, kid. So when the kid went to go do his thing, the WBC offers him a shot at that belt. Canelo wants to fight only champions. He doesn't want no excuses or no little hating like they're gonna do, because they're gonna do it regardless. But now he's fighting the number one guy. I don't care. You say on paper, on paper, on paper. You could say that all day long. Hey, on paper it's real, I guess. Um, you know, the man Smith is a good fighter. I mean, you can hate on him all you want, but like I say, anyone from 154 to 168 will be a cherry pick for Canelo, meaning that is an easy fight for Canelo. I don't care what name you give me. I don't care what name you give me. There is not a man on his level, period. Right? So go ahead and talk. Go ahead and say what you want to say. I don't care whether it's Jamal Charlo, Andrade, Benavidez, Plant, Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, they all might be, and they might be a little tough, or you might think they are. But while you got Plant, everybody was saying that Canelo would never fight Plant because he's a slick fighter. Blah 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 blah. Canelo don't like slick fighters. Okay, all right. So he sends Plant two contracts. He sends him one, and De La Hoya sent him the other one when he was with De La Hoya. So that's two. But Canelo, he's all game. Turned them both down, and whatever excuses you want to believe or whatever you want to hear, whatever you do it. Go with that as you will. But let's see. Plant fought, the last three guys he fought were straight trash, man. Uh, uh, if you look up their ranking system, they're like within the three stars, and they got him as 5 stars. Uh, and the guy he's fighting next is I think I wrote it down. Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, Trex, Caleb Golden Trex or whatever. He got 4 losses, and he's a 3-star guy. Um, so he's not on his level, right? Benavidez' last 2 fights were actually three. His belt. Okay, yeah, it was Jalen Love, uh, uh, Anthony. What's that down to? Darrell. Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, all right, yeah, Darrell, and then he only got, he lost it to Angulo, so his last 2 fights. And I mean, those weren't bad. Angulo ain't nothing special, but anyway, at least I mean he's way more than that's better opposition than than what Caleb has. And I don't know where they get that both these guys are even anything close to being competition to Canelo, man. I mean, David Benavidez is a big guy, man. He's a hard puncher, he's just a big young kid, but he's still way less experience and got way less skill and talent than Canelo. Canelo's pretty much complete, man. And the only thing that stops people from saying that he's a complete fighter is pretty much that he doesn't do it doesn't switch up. Go from left from orthodox to southpaw. And I mean, I haven't seen it, but they said in an interview I seen Eddie Reynoso say that yeah, he can do it, but we haven't needed to use that in any fight. So what's the point? Um, so okay, so I'm gonna take their word for it. Um, we know he's not a fleet-footed fighter, so I mean, he can evade, he can bing, 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 and get out of there. But you know, um, he is a counter puncher, flat-footed, you know, body movement, head movement, counter punching. Uh, anyway, yeah, both those guys ain't got nothing for them. They ain't fighting anybody. None of these guys are fighting anybody. Let's break this down real quick. You have these are the guys calling out that everybody's supposedly we're just saying the division for right now, and we'll leave the storytellers hype jobs over there on that side. Okay, you got Plant. That's kind of one of the storytellers, a little hype job there too. Ain't fighting is not fighting top competition. His nemesis that the boxing community world wants to see, and they too want to fight supposedly, according to David and according to Caleb. They don't like each other. They want to fight is Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez, and David Benavidez is a promoter came out one time on an interview and pretty much said that they they don't want to make that fight yet. That they wanted to build up, build up, build up. For what? So what? Y'all fighting nobodies, and this little fat, little fat, little fat guy over here keeps losing his belt because he don't know how to stick to a diet or a training plan. Um. Anyway, so that's pretty much canceled right now. Canelo could right now win Saturday, come back, fight Caleb Plant. Then if Billy Joe Saunders, and look who's Billy Joe Saunders fighting, a nobody. Who did he fight this last time? Not Andy Lee, Murray. Yeah, Martin Murray. Um, really, dude? And he looked like trash doing it. Anyway, so yeah, so dude, none of them are taking risks. If Billy Joe Saunders fights Andre, which is a fight that should have been made a long time ago, and he failed the drug test, but that was at 160. So if Andre comes back, which I think Billy Joe Saunders would take that because that'd be an advantage because Andre didn't get to fight this last time on Daniel Jacobs' card because of I think one of the cats got COVID or something happened. I don't remember, but anyway, yeah, his fight got canceled and the replacement got canceled too. So Andre just has really bad luck when it comes to making fights, man. And I wish him all the luck in the world, but him too. He'd take a loss to Canelo too, and I believe that. Just I know he's got the height and he's got slick movement or whatever, but he's still able to get caught, and his accuracy is an A1. You know what I mean? But you never know, man. That's a fight. That would be a close fight, and I want to see it. And I definitely give him the edge over fighting Canelo. I mean, fighting Canelo versus him versus Jamal Charlo. Like I give Andre the better chance to beat Canelo than I give Jamal to beat Canelo. Um, that's just is simply seen. Jamal doesn't have anything. I mean, yeah, they talk about uh his jab, but you'll see tomorrow, man. you're not tomorrow, but you'll see Saturday what Canelo can avoid that jab and get in there and work against a taller person. And I don't see Jamal going up and fighting Caleb, Smith. Anyway, I don't see none of them fighting anybody. To tell you the truth, and that's what you're gonna see, and that's what you've been seeing because they all want that payday. And it goes back to that video I made too with Bud and Spence. You know, everybody's scared to lose that zero and they'll lose it to a payday, but and not fight anybody in the meantime. Hmm. So I guess we won't see Bud and Spence either till one of them get the Pacquiao fight. Anyway, Canelo doesn't make a choice, doesn't choose these belts. I mean, they threw it in the mix, so now he's gonna be uh, if and when he wins Saturday, he will be a three belt champion, right? WBA, WBC, ring. Uh, and then that's all that's left is the IBF, which is Plant, and then the WBO, which is Billy Ho Saunders. And hopefully we see that, and no excuses, and no conspiracy theories. No more gates, please. Um, Another thing too, with them little haters talking about they still throw little jabs out there, the rehydration clause and drained and all this. Now I'm already hearing them kind of mutter that little phrase too. Um, that well, if Smith doesn't go in there drained, the man's a 168 champion, dude. Leave him alone, man. That's his weight. The man said it himself. He's had enough time to train. He's already knew that fight was coming, so he was training like it was coming. Um, so you can't say that he was given a little bit of time because Smith said himself he's had perfect amount of time to make these fights, or to make for this fight, specifically Canelo fight, and that's what he was training for. And then and there is no next day rehydration. There's no catch weight, nothing. So the man's gonna be 100, and Canelo should be 100, and no excuses. Great fight, champion versus champion. Um, I can't believe they're giving the betting odds are that far apart, man. I think it's like negative 680 for Canelo and plus 400 Smith. Anyway, um, bet on Smith, make you some money. Um, why not? All right, guys, that's it. I just wanted to say that real quick. Well, now I got to get back out. Now I got to get out here and work. You have a great day.